Welcome to my channel. I hope that you'll subscribe and follow along with my future videos where I try anything and everything that's sublimation. I'm very interested in this process, and I've built my business around it for the last 3 years, and I'm so excited to share what I know as well as learn new techniques. And if you'd like to follow along with me, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. YouTube's been buzzing with these Peekaboo shirts, mainly t-shirts. Today I thought I'd switch it up a little and do a sweatshirt. It's a Gildan sweatshirt. It's similar to the Gildan hoodies, and only difference is it just doesn't have a hood and a pouch, but it's a great little sweatshirt, and I think it looks pretty cool how it turned out. So if you want to follow along, check out how I did it. So what I got here is a black Gildan sweatshirt, not a hoodie, just a regular sweatshirt. You can see I got a little bit dirty there now from the board I was using. The board is about between 11 and 12 inches wide. So I'm just going to shove that board up there now, and I'm just going to use that for cutting the slits in the shirt, just so that I don't accidentally cut the back of the shirt. So just center it up there using the neck as a guideline. Center it. Going to make the slits about 1 inch apart. I got a ruler there. All that little bits of wood on there, I'm going to just brush that off. So I'm just going to use my little ruler here now. I'm going to cut some slits about 1 inch apart there. That's an old roller. Don't care about dulling it up on the board. Needs to be replaced. There you go. So I'm just going to cut these about 1 inch apart. If some are not quite 1 inch or a little better than 1 inch, it doesn't really matter. So 7 or 8 slits is sufficient. When I'm done, I want it to measure about 10 inches high for the image that I'm going to use in behind. And I think I'll need to print my image off about 14. The slits are about between 11 and 12 inches, but you want about 1 inch on each side of the slits to adhere your back piece of fabric to your shirt. Okay, so that's enough slits. So now what you want to do is just give them a little tug, because it helps the edges curl up on them. If you give it a little tug, it doesn't lay flat anymore. It gets a little curly, and I'm pretty sure that when this is washed as well, it's going to get a lot more curly on those slits, so it'll look a lot better with the design in behind it. Oh, one more. There, that should be good. So it's about 11 inches across. Again, I got a little bit of sawdust on that shirt from that board, but that'll come off. If I can't brush it all off, I'll just give it a little lint roll. So I'm just going to measure this up now and see how big I need the design to be. That's going to be adhered to the inside of the shirt. You can see I got the shirt turned inside out. And I'm measuring, so about 14 inches wide. That'll give you about 1 inch on each side of the slit marks. And you want it to be about 10 inches high. So here's the design that we're going to use for the inner part of the shirt. Pretty popular design. I got this off Vecteezy. Vecteezy's site where I go to download a lot of different vector graphics. You can download them, and they come in vector and flat graphics as well, all in the one zip file. It's a subscription-based site. I don't have an affiliate link for that. I don't get any money for promoting that as of right now, because I'm just starting out, and I don't have a link for that yet, but I do subscribe to that site, and I find it very, very good for finding just about any graphic that I want. And if I'm doing a project and I'm not really sure what I want to do, I'll just go on there and browse around, and I guarantee there's something that's going to catch my attention. Same as this graphic for this shirt. I thought it was the perfect graphic. So what I'm doing here, this graphic is 10 inches by 14 inches. I just got it laid on top of my fabric. And the fabric, by the way, is it's not a canvas. It's not quite as heavy as a canvas, but it's heavier than like a t-shirt material. It's a woven. If you think like a woven placemat, that's the kind of fabric it is. And I wanted to use a heavier fabric for the sweatshirt just because sweatshirts are much heavier than t-shirts, and I thought it would match and hold up better. So I just laid the graphic over top of the fabric, and I'm using my beat up old roller here on the paper. It's not an issue. It's been used on lots of paper. So just using it to cut the fabric to the exact size of the graphic. And when I do, I'm going to press that onto the fabric. I don't think I need to demonstrate that. I think everybody knows how to press a sublimation design onto a piece of fabric. I sublimate for 400 degrees for 30 seconds at nice high pressure. And there we go. We got our graphic cut and our fabric cut to the same size of the graphic. So just flip that over, put it on the press, put a cover sheet over top of it, and give it a press. So I got my graphic pressed onto my fabric, and that's my piece of fabric. So the next thing we have to do now is flip it over, put some adhesive on it, and adhere it to the inside of the sweatshirt. I think the colors came out beautiful on it. Just laying down a piece of paper here now, just to protect my cutting mat. Today I'm going to be using a product called Sezzle. I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but I'm going to try it. I haven't used the iron-on heat activated iron-on strips yet, just because in this sweatshirt it's very fuzzy on the back, and I don't know if those strips would work. And I'm just in this section of the video here, I'm just applying the Sezzle all around the edge of the graphic. And I'm noticing right now that I made a bit of a boo-boo doing this, because that's the wrong side. I don't want all that adhesive on the back side of the graphic. I want it on the front side, because it has to go facing the inside of the sweatshirt. So I'm going to keep going. I shouldn't have done that. That adhesive, we used to get it when I was a kid. My grandmother used to hem up my grandfather's pants with it, and it was called Jiffy Sew. But it's basically the same thing. It dries like a white rubber. And again, it's probably not the best thing I could have used. I'm going to try it again. I'm just going to flip it over, put some more adhesive all the way around the edges, and then adhere it to the inside of the sweatshirt and leave it to dry. So after you get the graphic panel placed inside the shirt, this is what you're going to end up with. There's a couple little white marks there from the fabric adhesive. Next time I won't be using that type of fabric adhesive. I'll be using a clear adhesive or some kind of heat activated tape. But I think it looks pretty cool, and for sure is the starting point to perfect this process, and I think it could be a great selling product for all us sublimators out there. Everybody with its own little theme for the inserts for the shirts. And sweatshirts are a great option as opposed to t-shirts for colder weather. A lot of people love sweatshirts. I've included a link in the description below to a place where you can order fairly cheaply, like less than 10 bucks, probably around 6-7 bucks for these blank sweatshirts. And they have a great variety of colors also. Thanks for watching.